Okay, this tutorial is going to show you how to humanize your drums. Okay, so we're going to open up Sonar X1. This is the project file I've been working on the last couple of video tutorials. Let's open that up. Okay, the last tutorial I showed you how to go online and find a Midi drum track, and I selected the Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin, and I added that to our multi-track drums here under the Midi source. Now what I want to do is I want to humanize this a little bit because it sounds like a drum machine. You know, all the velocities sound the same. So let's go ahead and humanize that. I just double clicked on the MIDI track here, and as you can see, all the velocities are the same here. So there's a couple of different things we can do here. One is we can right click on the track, and we could actually add a quantizer to it and randomize it a little bit. Let's see here. You just right click on it, insert effect, MIDI effect, cakewalk, quantize, and here is the little cakewalk quantizer. You can enable it, and mess with the random here. So that sounds a little random, a little more random, but I'm going to go with another method though, so I'm going to go ahead and disable this and close it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a script against our MIDI file here to randomize it a little bit. So I'm going to go to Process, go to Run Cal, and it opens up our Cal scripts here. And so I'm going to do two things. I actually have a pre-made script here called Humanize. I'm going to go ahead and double click that. And notice that I've already selected my MIDI track here. So when I run the script, it's going to run it against this MIDI track. So, okay, I'm going to double click Humanize. And basically the lower the percentage here, the more variance you're going to get. So yeah, I'm going to click it up to about, I'll do 12. So there we go. Let's go ahead and hit play. Yeah, that's a little too much. So I'm gonna Control Z to undo it, and I will select it again, humanize, and let's go up to about 20. Let's try that. It's still a little too much, so I'm gonna Control Z that, undo it. And let's do it again. And this time I'm gonna go up to almost, yeah, let's do 20. That's still too much. So let's go up higher. So Control Z. Let's do 45. Let's see how we're doing here. Okay, so that's a little bit better. I don't have time to listen to the whole song. But now what I'm going to do is see all my velocities are pretty much the same here. I'm going to go through and run another script against the velocities. So there's a script down here called variable or vel, which is variable velocity. So I'm going to double click on that, and it says the low limit of the velocity range. I'm going to select, say, 108. Okay, that's the lower limit of the velocity. The highest limit of the velocity, I'm going to put 127, which is the maximum. And there you go. So I've changed the velocity on it here too. And that is just a little too much. So I'm going to redo the velocity here. I'm going to set my lower limit closer to the max. So I'm going to say 112 is my lower limit, and 127 is my higher limit. Okay, and play. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. That's probably not the best. I can probably tweak it a little bit more, but for purposes of this tutorial, that worked out fine. So basically that is how you can go through and humanize your MIDI file.